There you go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Searching the Sound again. Hit like, hit subscribe if you want to come check out some more videos. Today we're here at MediaGate Studios with the Padre, Ron Roper. Say hey, Padre.
Hey.
All right, we're over here in Natchez, Mississippi, by the way. This is Lower Woodville Road, Highland Road.
Lower Woodville.
Okay, Lower Woodville Road, there you go. All right, so first off, I guess we want to talk about all this beautiful stuff behind me here.
Okay.
Give us a little rundown of what kind of system and formats and all you use.
It's mine. That's all all studios are different, of course.
Absolutely.
And different sounds. So what I do is I do kind of a combo analog digital. It's a digital board, Allen Heath, 32 channel. It's got a lot of stuff I don't even use because I mostly go inside the box computer. What can I say? You know, I've got a mastering unit where I can master. Old school JBL studio reference monitors from the 70s that I love. Pretty much people recognize, they can see, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty much a control room, and I got it so it's homey. It's not so sterile feeling.
What, this used
You
to
know
be an
what I'm
old racquetball.
It used to be an
building.
old racquetball club, man.
Yeah.
So we
High
started
ceilings.
building. In fact, we're going to enlarge here, hopefully this year, into another court for some more size and have a loud room.
Awesome.
So we can do some more live strings and stuff like that. This is a dead room over here, I call it. I mean, it's dead.
Yeah.
But this will be more of a live room. So that's part of the plan. And I'm into the ambience, man. I mean, everything in my studio has a story.
It's,
You know,
it's very artistic.
I got a little
looking
tiny,
around.
everything has a story to it. And, you know, it's important for creating, man.
Sure.
When you come in, you want to feel comfortable. That's my theory. So we got a good room for that, man. I've got keyboards in here. I use a Mac, you know, which most guys do, I think, to do digital. Joe Meek equipment. I got old school equipment, some stuff I've had for 30 years. Yes, you can tell I'm a little older.
Well, by the way, I want to bring that up. You know, first off, how long have you had MediaGate Studios up and running?
I've been here 15 years, but this is actually, I first designed it for a project studio for myself. And I've got a bunch of stuff of my own music.
Sure.
Just all my life.
That was the next question. What was
okay.
your prior rap sheet? We want to hear about a little bit of Mr.
All right,
Ron
I don't
Roper.
mind if you get a little nosy.
Okay.
I started singing when I was 4 years old in front of audiences, a little singing kid, and been doing that all my life. And then I started playing instruments when I was about 7. I was a PK, they call it, third generation. I was a preacher's kid, so and my family traveled all the time. They weren't just in one spot. And so I got a lot of exposure to gospel and blues players.
Yeah.
And some good guitar like old Mosrite. I don't know if you ever heard of Mosrite guitars. They were ministers actually, and that was in the 70s, 60s. And then I did my first LP, arranged it at 11.
Wow.
And then 2 after that, had my first serious band at 13, and I played saxophone, was a front man. That was in the 60s. So yeah, I've been in them all my life. But then I went secular, and that changed the whole course of things. And
Got a little Chuck Berry in your blood, I heard.
Played with Chuck Berry when I was like 17.
That's awesome.
I was like 17 years old back then. They didn't have CDs. They didn't have any of the stuff like this. It was all, you know, taped. And then you came out with the 4-track, then the 8-track. And they were in, I don't know if you guys are, how old you are like that.
That's what we were playing on in the 80s and 90s.
They had
old
they had the cartridges, you know, remember that. And so the studio, you had to be on the money. Mm-hmm. And so I played with quite a few people back then. Benny Reeves and Martha Vandella's brother, a bunch of people that were soul, gospel. And I played sax and keyboards. And so I kind of cut my teeth on gospel blues and then I went into the jazz field, and then I sat under people like Shelly Manne, was a jazz guy out in California, to learn dynamics. And so I picked up all these different genres. And then I went through, of course, the hippie years, and I was an old surfer. So then, of course, you got into Hendrix and I loved horns. So you had, Tower of Power, Chicago. I played Disneyland a whole bunch of times. Anyway, man, I'm just bringing you up to date.
No, I'm
and
totally enthralled.
And so the thing is, you had. Anyway, my influences are pretty broad.
Very wide range.
Yeah, and but I never did classical because I was too lazy, and didn't want to study 5 hours a day to learn Mozart or whatever. But just learn all the different genres, and that was important to me because I sat in with so many people, plus my own songs, as you guys write your own songs, and so it kind of just came up, and I did another. When they had LPs, they're going back, I think now.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming a thing.
Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah. You can't hold as much music on them, They don't. It's not like a CD or whatever. But I did I signed with. That's about 83, 84. I signed with Castle Records out of Oklahoma, and did a LP. I did 3 LPs for them, signed with them, and they had the old. Leon Russell studio, so I got familiar with all them people there in Tulsa, and so they bought his studio, Castle Studio, looked like a castle.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then I'd done all kinds of choral groups and choirs things, and then I just pretty much decided that I was going to open a media gate years later, to other players and help them. And
that gets into my next question here is
am I talking too much?
Not at all. You're telling us everything we are here to do is find it out. We're searching this sound, man.
Dude.
Yes. Tell me this, like who do you have coming in here and out? I mean, what?
Well, I got you. It's good to have good to have the Blue Metal River Boys back in.
Yeah.
And I had country, all kinds of local people. I've got I just did a thing for Gabriel.
Gabriel Bass, he was one of our prior episodes.
CD. Oh yeah, I loved him. And then
we were actually at his CD release party.
That's
the CD was recorded right here at Mediagate.
I forgot about that. Yeah, and I've done another friend of mine, it's local, Ben Lewis. I worked with him for months on his first things he did.
Ben's an awesome musician.
Yeah, he's a great songwriter. Yeah. And so, I mean, I've done, because I know so many genres, I can work with a lot of different people, so I want to be known for that.
Yeah. Open-minded.
I've got like quartets that come in, family singers I've had singles, I've had, just a bunch of different styles, awesome. Man. Awesome. And I like all kinds of music, if it's good.
If you haven't noticed, this is what Searching the Sound's about.
If it's good.
People might think I'm just a metalhead, but Searching the Sound has been every genre I could get my hands on so far.
Do it. Just keep doing it. I'm very proud of that, man.
Thank you.
Keep doing that.
I'm proud of these people that's watching and they liking it and they sharing it.
Well, you got to have somebody got your back,
I'm nothing without you guys to talk to.
But man, you told me about that last year or something, and I thought, do it, man.
Here we are, 8 episodes later.
Another thing, people don't realize that everything takes work, man. I mean, they're so used to microwave and this, technology and all that, but it takes work. It takes work to search the sound. You got to get there. You got.
Well, see, that was the whole dedication of starting. I'm getting on an interview about searching the sound now. But that was the whole reason I did it. Was I felt like where I'm at with my demographic in Louisiana, there was hardly anything to offer to go out and get a part of.
Yeah.
So it was like, and then it got bland sitting around the house all day and going to work, and that's it. That's life. Monotonous. Can't go out. I got all these friends that are musicians, tons, millions of you guys that I'm friends with. Yeah. Can't go see a gig because I just can't afford it. Can't get away. Bills are eating up. Living in the country. No, this was my dedication in life, was to get out at least once a month. Go get out of town, go see somebody, talk to them, get as much about them as I can in my brain, to be a 13-year-old with a new CD or a new cassette tape in my hand.
Yeah, I've done those. I've recorded those here. I I record them here. You know, the moms will bring the kid in here, and you know, and you just give them an honest day's work. You treat them all like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, dude.
It just about is, though.
Yeah, and you mean it, man. You know, if it's a kid and, you know, you let him do his dreams. That's how I was. I mean, they let me, you know, I was exposed to, I mean, you know, I had the church I went to. My band rehearsed in the church, man, on the off nights. You know, we're playing some stuff. And, you know,
First band that was ever in?
some stuff. We're raising the roof out, man, with big orange amps and Marshalls and all that stuff. And, yeah.
Our pastor didn't like
the
that.
thing is, it's all about the craft, you know, and it's about you. That's what Media Gate's about, really, in a nutshell. It's about you, man. And if I believe in you, I'll help you.
Well, where?
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go on, I'll help
you. Where can we find you at? Where can these people get in touch with you?
They can go on NatchezMediagate.com.
Okay,
the
that's
website.
Simple as that. NatchezMediagate.com.
It's all lowercase. It's NatchezMediagate.com.
Awesome.
And it's all on there, man. And I got an equipment list on there. They can see if I pretty much have something decent if you need it.
Right. You got guitars,
I got
acoustics,
basses, guitars.
I see Marshall sitting in the studio, drum
Yeah.
set. That's Tama's, right? Yeah. There we go.
Got it, dude. I got a screen for video.
Got a saxophone right there.
Now that's my honey right there. That's
Mandolins, banjos.
Banjos, yeah, that's my 46 Super King sax. So I finally got him out and started. I thought I'm gonna get it out.
Heck yeah.
And I might start, you know, jamming with some local brothers, you know.
Right.
You know.
Well, you should. You definitely should.
Well, my main thing's B3, man, and you know, and it's starting to come back a little bit, especially in blues and rock and stuff. There's not a lot of B3 players that, you know, are out there. So I do that's available, and you know, this is what we're about, man. I got digital, got analog, and we'll just keep at it till you're happy with it.
Yeah.
And I don't want you, you know, you can come with you guys have come back pester me, like, hey man, the bass is to this, bass is, it's
not
all,
at all,
but I don't mean pester, you know what I'm saying? You want it, you keep doing it, and all of a sudden when that song's there, I can't explain it.
It's an art. The band is the blind man.
Yeah.
The producer and engineer is the painter. I'm
which
telling you, look, put a little red right there.
Yeah, well, that's another thing I was going to say. It's changed. Everything's changed a lot in the music scene. Now we still have live gigs and all, you know what you do, but as far as the role you play, it's changed, man. And like number one, you got to go to school all the time on your equipment and your plug-ins and all that. I'm constantly going to school to stay up with everything. But you used to have, now in my older days, that sounds like I'm old. I'm getting older, but I don't feel old. Okay. I had a producer, and he's the one that he got everybody together, right? He would get the musicians, or whatever he wanted, he'd produce it. And then you had the engineer that ran the gear, right? Then you had the musicians. There were like three separate worlds, and that's the way it used to be. So a lot of producers, I hate to say that, I hope maybe you won't put this on your deal.
It's already on there.
God help me. But the producers really didn't know nothing a lot about music. They were the business side of things. Okay, they were marketing. Produce that record, you know, and we got a time frame, and we got a budget, and all, you know.
The oil industry of the music industry.
Thing about the producer, man, is the producer got all the credit all the time. Who produced it, you know, who produced it. And so I had producers back then. Then you were looking for the engineers, okay? Because that's a whole different talent, really. I call it a talent. You can go to school, but you still, you know, you gotta know what the song's about. So you'd find an engineer, and sometimes you fly them in, man. You know, I want so-and-so from Muscle Shoals or whatever, you get them in.
Sure.
Because they're the man, they're the engineer. So then you had the musicians, right? The band, and most of the time the band's standing behind the engineer.
Wanting creative control, complete.
Right? And you're, you know, having to make them shut up and all that because they're talking and laughing. Whatever. You're having fun, right? But I mean, come on, dude. Man, I can't hear, stuff like that. That's the way it used to be. But see, that's changed. So you got to really be all three. So I produce, engineer, and I play.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now the thing a MediaGate's got, and I'll brag on MediaGate, is that from my years and genre experience, I know music. I know how the instrument's supposed to sound. I know its range. You know, you get a flute, it's only got, I know the frequencies. I know music. I know jazz. I know rock. I know a little bit heavy metal, because I know Blue Metal River.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, but what I called heavy metal back then ain't even heavy metal now. It's just, you know, it's just fuzz tone. Yeah, okay. There's heavy, but jazz, blues, gospel, country, I know them all, and I play them all, and so.
You've even had some hip hop in here, hadn't you?
Hip hop.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, you know, hip hop's a trip too. I mean, it's simple, but there's stuff to it.
Yeah.
The bass frequencies and all. Anyway, so I have to do all three, and that's what I got going. So I can help produce you. See, so I'm listening to your sound as a producer. If I really decided to go totally out there, I'd be backing a few bands that I think have the potential.
Right.
Then I know how to engineer. I'm constantly going to school on it. See, I know my frequencies. I know, you know, you know when it's there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that bass sounds like a kazoo. Man.
You're a good wine tester when it comes to it. Yeah.
You got to have ears. And then I got the music side. So you have to be able to do all three of them things and balance them now. Where before there was separate people did it.
Right.
See. And so that's what we offer at MediaGate, man. I want everybody to know, you come in here, it's all about the song, okay? It's about the sound, it's about the song. What's your identity? See, and you guys are...
The last song we brought in here was heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
And the song before that was light and melodic. So
yeah,
I'm attesting to that.
And I've always preached that to you guys, man. I always said, if you'll think about it, now you're here, so I'll tell you. But I always tell you, man, we want you to have a unique sound that as soon as somebody puts you on and listens to it right away, yeah, they're not going to think it's another group. You'll have influence from other people your whole life.
Sure.
But there's only one sound that's yours. That's what we're after. And that's producing. That's engineering. Yeah.
NatchezMediaGate.com. Padre, it's been wonderful.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us.
If you want to see anything else, this will be the time.
You can take a walk real quick. Come on, James. Grab that camera and just do a walk around.
We're going to take it this bad boy right here real quick.
We got James Jackson running our camera now.
That's nice.
James, it's known as lightning. Yeah.
Look, we're gonna get a lightning on the film.
I appreciate you coming.
Look at here. What do we got?
Take all
Look
your
at that
interviews.
beautiful headstock, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got old school. These old DX7s for.
Get you a little better shot of this room real quick. Yeah. This is the MediaGate, guys. Americana Music Triangle, full supporter. Moving a little fast, sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the dead room, or the where we make it happen.
All right.
And,
here you go, guys.
You know,
Look at those ceilings. Look at those ceilings.
yeah,
Oh my God, look at those ceilings.
Also, I can do video, man. I've got screens that come down, and so there's a lot of options.
Awesome. And do you record videos, Padre?
Well,
You have your connections?
Sometimes, yeah. And I get teased sometimes for being into little amps, you know. But I'm into these little amplifiers, man. You put a mic on them, you can get all kinds of...
James's favorite thing at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Now for live, you know, that's different. But this is it.
All right.
This is
Thank you
MediaGate.
guys for
Thank
watching.
you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Padre, for
All
having
right,
us.
man.
We
Come see
appreciate
us.
everything.
Come see us.
NatchezMediaGate.com. Like us on Facebook. Like Searching the Sound on Facebook. Like this video. Subscribe if you want more. We got more studios coming in the month to come. Thank you.
All right, man. Good job.